Hey guys, how's it going? So this is a review on the Soundbrenner Core 2. You've seen it probably all over Instagrams and other videos. This is a metronome on your wrist. I'm going to do the usual stuff I do. I'm going to do a real quick review now, and then you can watch the full review after it. I went into this thinking that this was going to be live. It turns out that it's more of a practice friend. This does work live, but it comes across a few stumbling blocks. If you're in a band where you play live and you have a set list and you stick to that set list religiously, then this is brilliant because you know what's going to happen next and you can have it all stored. If you're a band that runs by the seat of its pants and you have to change to adapt to an audience, you come across some stumbling blocks with this. Battery life is amazing, 4 days just as a wearable, about three and a half with the metronome pulsing, the vibration. That's what kills the battery. But 3.5 hours of constant vibration is really cool that you have. Comes with other features, dB meter, comes with a tuner, all inside this wearable. All in all, very good. If you want to hear more about it, stick to the end of the video. Other than that, just run out and buy it because it does work. Link in the description. Now for the full review. The Soundbrenner Core 2 is lightweight at 34 grams, that's 1.2 ounces. The wearable is fastened to the wrist with a plastic buckle. The rubber straps fit a wrist of all the way up to 8.5 inches, and 22mm width will attach to the lugs to meet the polycarbonate body that has a diameter of 45mm. By the way, it will fit underneath a sleeve, coming in only at 13mm in thickness. The Core 2 feels like a sporty Android watch. The two buttons at the side as well as the aluminium click wheel will help you control all the features that the watch has to offer. Okay, so let's look at the key functions of the Core 2. Two buttons at the side. Big button is like going forward and the small button is like going back. So if I go forward, we see here, this is the options that we have. Track is the first one. That's how you're going to track your practice. You set your goal, you can do all that, and it stores it in the app. It's really cool. The metronome, again, we go in, this is how the metronome looks. If I click the big button, I see the first thing. I can change the tempo with the click wheel. You can change any of these things, top and bottom lines of the time signature, the subdivision there, I can change. I'm moving down here now. This is levels of intensity of the vibration. So you can see I have 3 here on that particular one and 2 on this one and 2 on that one. So that means there's just going to be a predominant a stronger vibration on the first one. So if I click 117 there, boom, there you go. That's how it works. Double click it off. If you want to set a tempo, there you go. You have it set. You can also tap to set it. It's really cool. The other thing that you need to see here is the tuner. So we click into our tuner. There we have an F, and this should be a G. You can see it works, and an indication light comes up there. You see it's undecided, so sometimes it goes green when it knows it's there and yellow and red if it doesn't. If I come out of that, the last thing you need is the dB meter. So that will go off and it will tell you different things that are going on in the loudness. You're going to knock this off because if you're a musician, you're going into a live room. Listen, everybody just talking is going to set this thing off. Same thing happens with the Apple Watch, but it's still nice to have if you are worried about those ears. By the way, this is not always on, but it will flick to wake. So you can flick the wrist and it will come alive right there and again. And you will receive all the notifications from your phone as long as you accept and connect via Bluetooth. So there are a few problems with it. I do think it's one of the best practice buddies you're going to have. It's great to be able to change the tempo just on the click of the wrist and get used to kind of feeling the metronome rather than just hearing it. Being able to store the hours of practice, that's all really cool. Playing live, when you don't have that set list, you don't know what's going to happen next, you do come across an issue here because you don't have time to constantly keep going to the watch and changing it. And it's the same as if you wanted to change it, the blip in your ear. You don't have that time. One of the issues I did find with this as well, just say we were playing one of those gigs, but the keyboard started off the song and there was four bars. So I was doing the touch metronome, you know, so he would start off and he'd go diddle 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 diddle, and I was keying it in. Sometimes if I hit the too fast, if I double tap to get it going, sometimes I'd hit that double tap on the offbeat and then this would be playing on the offbeat, and so then when we'd all start in, I mean, nobody would know because I'd start with the band, but this was playing then on the offbeat. And I mean, eventually we'd finally maybe at 30 seconds of the song, you know, go back and land it on, and you can control it then when you're landing back on the quarter notes. But that's one of the issues. Now, the thing was, not all of the gigs that I played were that way. One of them was a big band gig, and we have a set list. And I just thought to myself, well, I don't want to go having to change, because the first gig, what I did was I knew each one of the BPMs and we had time in between, so I changed it. But then I thought, wow, wouldn't it be so cool if we could just store the set list, have every BPM come up, so I would just be able to click on it, and then we'd be able to start the next song real fast, enter the app. Alright, so let me show you how this works with the app and it comes live. If you go here and go to library, you can set in your set list. So I've done just a quick one here before we kick off. And for instance, if I want to start with this one, where load in the metronome and press play, the BPM is set for that. So if I go back out and go back into the library here, and go back out, we'll pick that one, the BPM is already set to it, load, and we're off. So that's a quick way of getting in without having to tap or any of that stuff. It was then in conjunction with the app that I really enjoyed using this when I was playing live. There is a learning curve with the device, there's no question in my mind about that. I think you will need some playing experience with an audio click for you to really get this to work for you. Maybe others would disagree, but there's one thing for sure, that it is definitely a completely different experience, and it's a lot of fun once you get a feel for it. Battery life is insane, by the way. You're going to get over 4 days of use just using it like a normal wearable, but remember, it's the vibrations that are going to kill you for battery life. I've tested it out and I've got close to 4 hours of vibration time. So do remember that if you're going to use it for a 2-hour gig in every song, you probably will need to top up by the next gig. So I think that's everything that you need to know about the Soundbrenner Core 2. Very cool piece of kit. It's really class for practicing. I wish I would have had this in college. I really do. That was many years ago, but I really wish I would have had it, because it would have just been there on my arm all the time. It would have been great to be able to store all my practice, to count it all up. I think it's really cool. Bringing out with gigs, yes, it works, but you have that set list issue. And remember, this is not just for the drummers. I think as well for guitar players, keyboard players, other musicians will find this really beneficial, and I do think that they will find vibration a lot more, they will feel that vibration a lot more than drummers, because drummers, when we're hitting down, a lot of vibrations are coming through the sticks, even if you're keeping a loose grip, so it does dull every now and then. I think keyboard players, guitarists, other musicians will feel the pulse a lot more. Anyway, that's it. That's everything that you need to know. There is a link down in the description. There is 20% off. Take advantage of that. Have a look at it. See how much you can save. Other than that, please let me know if you have any questions down in the comment section. And until then, I'll see you on the next one. Take it easy. Bye bye.